Hello, Ms. DeVos here, and we are working on 18.1. We are going to actually start solving quadratic equations. So we're going to be solving for a variable, usually listed as x, but some unknown, some letter. And we're going to be using factoring, which was a couple topics ago, and that is where we divide it into smaller parts and work at solving for that letter, that variable. Now, in order to use factoring, you've got to have it in the following form. You have to have it in standard form. Have to. Because these coefficients, A, B, and C, truly determine the answer for X. So once you put it in standard form, you can find out what A is, B is, and C. But you have to have it in this form. Now, when we start factoring, we usually put our equation on the left side and our equal sign on the right. And we're going to use what's called the zero product property. Zero, of course, as a result, we're substituting zero in. Product implies multiplication. And so when we look at it, here it is right here. If A times B, so if A times B is equal to 0, then either A is 0 or B is 0. We're going to take one part, either A or B. We're going to substitute 0 in, and anything times 0 is 0. And so using this special rule right here, we are going to factor equations, quadratic equations, and solve them. Now there's 3 essential steps. As mentioned, get one side of the equation equal to 0. So I prefer to put everything on the left side. This is my preference over the years, and have it equal to 0. Once I get it factored down, I'm going to take each part containing an x, and I'm going to set it equal to 0. And then we're going to solve. And something else to keep in mind, when you're working with quadratics, so something to the second power, you could very much get 2 different answers. So be prepared for that, and don't be surprised when it happens, because anything raised to the second power tells me I could have 2 answers. So just a little hint there. The exponent power tells me how many possible zeros or answers. All right, stay tuned. We're going to start working out some examples on how to factor and solve a quadratic. Woohoo!